Hello and welcome to Coastal Crafts. We've got a haul today. I've got a haul today. I've been shopping, so I've got some bits online, some bits from just a cheap shop near me, and some bits on today. So I was saying, I don't know if it's going to go up before or after. I'm not sure when this video is going to go up actually. That I was considering whether or not I was going to go to the papercraft show today, just the local papercraft show. Decided not to go because I've got too much craft stuff and I was trying to be really good. And I know if I go in, I'll go crazy. So instead, Mr. Coastal Crafts and I had a little trip out. We went to a vintage fair, which was on at a hotel overlooking the sea near us, and we had a lovely lunch overlooking the waves, and I picked up a few little bits at the vintage fair. One thing actually, Mr. Coastal Crafts bought me this ring. It's just like a really cheap ring, but it's a little cat, and you know me, I love my cats. Mango's literally behind me right now, so that was really sweet and I love it. But I also picked up some other things. I picked up this, which I saw, so it's only £3 and it's replicas. Bear that in mind when I'm going through it. So it's not real vintage stuff, it's replica vintage stuff. But in terms of crafting, and I keep saying I don't do junk journaling, and then I keep buying stuff for junk journaling. So I don't know if that's a sign that I'm going to take up junk journaling or what. But yes, I'll show you what came in here. Oh, it's just a bit of a rubber band. So that one's going to be a bit of a fail, isn't it? So these are gardening themed. So yeah, I might do junk journaling, but let's not hold myself to it. But I've also got lots of gardening stamps and things. And I can just imagine I might make a gardening, like a journal album thing for my mum for Christmas, like a little present. So it came with some of these cards, and these are, they say replica at the bottom, in case you weren't sure. Makes no difference to me that they're replica, not for crafting, not an antiques keeper, but they look like, when I was calling cigarette cards, when I picked them up before, and someone said to me they came with like tea or something. Anyway, those little collectible cards, I think they're really cute. I just think they'll definitely get used in there. So these came in the pack. Then I'm sure it says replica somewhere on here as well, just to remind you in case you forget. Some garden works for amateurs. So it looks like a vintage magazine, and I've not really looked at this properly. I'm looking at this really for the first time with you. Like old adverts and things, and yeah, this will be perfect. I'm definitely going to make a gardening album. This will be absolutely perfect. I think my mother will like it. Who knows? She's a hard woman to please. Then I like this sort of pretend seed packet. This would go well on a card or in the album, because obviously it's not, there's no real dimension to it, so it'll stick down nice and flat. They had one other of these packs, but it was just like a war one, which, you know, interests me. If it was like, you know, I'm talking like the war, I'm talking World War II, and it had a ration book in it, but then it was a bit too much, what am I saying, like military based, so I wasn't keen, because I'm a bit more of a passive person. If it'd been more kind of at home military style things, and I probably would have picked that one up as well. The Gardener, interesting little thing. Don't know what to think about that. Just tells you what's in the pack, but we're looking at it anyway, so you need to read that. These, I guess, are like postcards, double-sided. Yeah, so they're not. It's another one of those fake seed packets. I really like these. Really like it. If they'd had more, I would have got more. I wasn't going to get the guns one there because it's just not me. But if they had other sort of things. And this was the only one of these that she had. I've sort of gone silent because I'm not entirely sure what they are. I'm not sure how to describe it. They're just various different things, aren't they? That have just been like photocopied, not photocopied, probably reproduced, but they're interesting. I think they're interesting. Like little adverts and stuff. What's that? Can't quite tell. Can't tell without reading it. You have to pause the video and read it for yourself. Interesting. Yeah, I like it. Different. So that was a pack for £3. I seem to have talked about that for quite a long time, but there we go. It's quite, I just think it's an interesting little pack. If you ever see one of those replica packs, yeah, go for it. I think they're definitely worth the price. I also picked up some laces. These were £2 each. She put them in a cute little bag. a lot of stuff at the vintage fair, I'm going to tell you, was quite expensive, and it mostly wasn't crafty stuff. It was more like furniture and things like that, jewellery and things. That's pretty, isn't it? But this stuff was reasonably priced. So yeah, I like that. That's quite vintagey. These ones I wouldn't necessarily say they're vintage. They're just the ones selling lace. But I just like that. I like that baby pink, and there's loads of it. And I always like it when I get quite a good amount of something, because I know I can use it without getting upset about using it. And I quite like the idea of cutting those flowers out and having them individually and maybe decorating them up and sticking them on a project. So yeah, those were £2 each. They need to be sorted out and put away somewhere. Then I popped into a local shop on the way back from my training. Picked up some of these for £1. So a whole load of streamers. They're the small ones. So I've got the black ones I've shown you before, the big black streamers that you can get from Hobbycraft. These are smaller ones, so just making little rosettes. Obviously they'll make smaller rosettes, but there's a whole variety of colours. And should I get bored of them, they will also do for a Christmas disco at school. And there's a white one. So I like that because it was a range of colours. Very boring purchase, just some mini resealable bags. I try to reuse the bags that people give me in pocket letters to try and save the environment, but I've also just needed some of my own to go out. And then I got these. These are also for Happy Mail. I just thought I'd take them out here. I just thought they're so cute. Just stick one of these in pocket letters. Sorry about the rustling. I like them because they're little stars. They're not just glitter or anything. They're actually little stars. So I think they're really sweet. I get a whole load of those for £1. These, I think I just really like them. They look like metal, but obviously they're not, they're plastic. But I really like those for kind of vintagey, and I think I'm going to gift this to somebody as well, but I really like those, so I picked those up. This was also £1. Most of this stuff was £1. So it's a holly berry garland, 2.7 metres. So for making some Christmas projects. I haven't done anything with this yet, so it'll make more sense once I actually start to do something. I know you're thinking, why are you worrying about plastic bags? Half this stuff is plastic. You're just destroying the environment. And that's true. Us crafters, it just seem to be terrible. I don't know what to do about that. I'm going to try not to buy so much stuff. That's what I'm going to do. I tried this. This was £1 as well, I think. Rhino Heavy Duty double-sided cloth tape for when I do journals and things. I thought that might be quite sturdy and strong and might hold it together a bit better. And it's really thick. So I'm just going to give that a go. See what it comes out like. So that's just some stuff. I just went through that quickly because that's just from a random little shop near me. And then I did a haul from Crafter's Companion. So they were doing a thing where you could get £10 off if you spent over £25. And I thought, I've got no willpower, so I'm going to do that. And they also had a little bundle. So the first thing I picked up was this bundle of Christmas goodies from the Winter's Tale. So I love the Sarah Davies items. So in the bundle came this embossing folder, which embosses like this. Really pretty. And as you know, I'm enjoying embossing folders at the moment. I've got back into them. That's holly leaves, really pretty. So that came in the bundle. And I've taken these out of the packaging because I've been using them. Then this came in the bundle, so some dies to make a wreath, and sort of cut out a bit like this so you can put them together. And I'm going to show you a card that I have made, but they really feel quite leafy because they're very delicate and detailed. So yeah, really like those. What else came in the bundle? So this came in. I've taken the stuff out of it because I wanted to use it and make a card. I'm going to show you in a minute. It's got the winter views. So it had the stamps and the die and the embossing folder. So it came with this embossing folder. Absolutely love this embossing folder. I'll show it to you on a card in a minute. Really realistic looking. It came with these two stamps. So just sort of background tree stamps. I'll show you how they stamp out in a minute. And it came with a die. Where's the die gone? Came with a window die. So I have got a smaller window die, but I've not got a window die quite like this. So yeah, in the haul I've got these things. And the last thing that came in that bundle was these words, which I absolutely love as well. I'm going to show you how they come out, and also these little words that go with it. So yeah, that Words of the Seasons. That came in a bundle that was about £13, I think, for that bundle. So she's really selling stuff off now. I also picked up in the sale section another stencil to add to the other stencils I've not got around to using. But I just really like the bow. How pretty will that be on maybe some home decor projects? And that's so pretty as well. I think that was about £1.90. What else did I get? Not very exciting, but I go through this stuff like anything at the moment, especially when I'm making projects I just don't want to fall apart. Red liner tape. And then this one was down to £6. So I know I don't need any paper, but I love Sarah Davies, her own brand. What is it called? What does she call it? Signature Collection. And I think the paper is one of the bits that I really like about it. So this was down to, I think, £6 or something. The So Lovely collection. And so you've got these really natural ones at the back, and like burlap and wood. And then you've got pretty patterns, and like that's really pretty. How pretty will this make? It's not wintry at all. It's like the opposite. That might make my gardening album, maybe, some of these. But really pretty for like a spring, summer type of thing. Love it. Love this. It reminds me of sort of Tilda stuff. So I think it's really pretty. So yeah, I had to get it. What else did I pick up whilst I was there? So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try to get myself up to free postage. I shoved a couple of other things in. So I thought I would try the tri-blends of these. And I've not even opened this up, so I've not tried it out yet. But we can do that this second really quickly, because it sometimes can be a bit of a palaver, isn't it? I haven't always got colours that I think are going to match up perfectly. So I thought, let's see, if I like this, I might get more of them. And I've got a lot of pens already, so it's not like I need pens, but who knows? So you've got light to mid to dark. So let's just have a look. So that's the lighter one. So I've got greens. That's useful for doing leaves and plants and things. That's quite dark, isn't it, that last one? I'm just going to try and run that, try and blend it in a bit more. So yeah, I like that. And I've sort of gone over it again. Let me just, so let's do from dark to light. So dark, bring it out a bit on the mid. Bring it out a bit on the light. So let's have a bit of a look. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, actually. I mean, that's obviously with me not putting any effort into blending it or anything, but those colours definitely go together. And it is really easy to use. So actually, maybe I'm becoming a fan of the tri-blends. Oh no, that's not a good sign, is it? It's not a good sign when I become a fan of something. But I also chucked in a pale tan, just one of the classics, because I wanted TN3. This is probably of no interest to you, but I wanted TN3 to fit into my collection because that one's run out. Couldn't remember what the name of it was, and I ordered pale tan thinking that was it, and that turns out to be TN1. So I don't actually need TN1, but now I've got it. I wanted TN3. So if anyone can remember what the name of TN3 is so I can order it next time, do let me know. But yeah, I've got those. Quite impressed with those. I may succumb to buying more tri-blends, or maybe I'll put that on my Christmas wish list. Last but not least, I did a quick order from DiestoDieFor. I picked up this ink pad because I was quite excited when I saw somebody else haul it. So excited that I've not even got around to using it yet. That's how excited I was, obviously. So the reason I bought this is because it's alcohol marker friendly and it's waterproof. So, and it's a nice brown lighter colour. So the idea being that I can do my stamped in images, colour them in with alcohol markers, but it not being black. So it's a bit more subtle. Have I got any half decent stamps floating around? Because those other stamps aren't necessarily suited. Let's just do one of the word ones. These obviously aren't the kind of stamps that you would colour in, but I haven't got any others to hand. Let's just have a go. And in general, I do like, that comes out really nicely, doesn't it? I do like lawn fawn stamps. I normally use Memento inks, but another one this is the other one that I like, Lawn Fawn. I just think they're good quality. So that's the colour it comes out. Bear in mind these Crafter's Companion ones are only acrylic stamps. They're not photopolymer, so that affects the quality of the stamping. But yeah, so I'm happy with that. I've been wanting a lighter colour for stamping and colouring. So really happy to pick that up from Dies to Die For. It wasn't necessarily cheap. It was about £5.50, but they had free shipping. And I just picked up some more stamp packages, 25 for £5. And I use these to put in stamps, normally with a white background behind it, but that was what I just did quickly. And also for dies as well, sometimes I'll put them in there because they're nice and thick and good. So I think that is it. It sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But I think that is it. So I will be back very soon. Oh, I haven't shown you the cards. So have a quick look before I go. Yes, I'm using, that's the background with the embossing folder. Look how gorgeous that is. Look at that. There's the window, really nice. Behind that, I've stamped the trees from that stamp. And that's one of those wreaths I picked up at the craft fair last week. That's the words. How nicely do they come out? Yeah, really like that. There was a bit of glitter in there and a bit of acetate. Really like that. And this is making the wreath. That's going to be so easy to make these Christmas wreaths, and I think they're quite effective. Obviously, you could add more than that's just like 1, 2, 3 there, but you could add more and make it a thicker one. And that's the words without the background. So you've got 2 different ways of using that. And that's the bow as well. So, and that's that embossing folder in the background. Yeah, really like that. Really happy actually with the bits and pieces that I have picked up. Except for the fact that I got the wrong colour, even though I'll probably like that colour. It'd be great. It's just not the colour I had in my head when I was ordering. And I like those tri-blends too much. So that's kind of scary. But let me know what you think of the cards that I've made. Why not? It's nice to get feedback. And also any other viewpoints you have on any products, because it's always interesting for me and other people who read the comments. So I shall speak to you soon. Bye. Bye, says the kitty ring. Bye.